Following Cyclone Amphan, the action has shifted to the Arabian Sea, and we've got a couple of systems, one that is menacing Oman and Yemen, and then we've got this guy, and this looks like the big show to come. Amphan, of course, was not long ago in the Bay of Bengal and was the strongest cyclone on record in the Bay of Bengal, and I believe equal strongest in the northern Indian Ocean, so including the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Now it's left a legacy in terms of its weight because it took so much energy out of the Bay of Bengal that the temperature of the ocean has dropped markedly because of all of that heat and moisture that it's taken out of to fuel the intensification of the storm. The result of that is that there's now a sort of a dipole of sorts in northern Indian Ocean, with the Arabian Sea left with a lot of energy that can fuel a potential Category 5 if the conditions were perfect, whereas the Bay of Bengal has actually gone down and is now only capable of really holding Category 3 or 4 maybe. Looking at the European Centre model, the storm moves up, intensifies and moves up the western Indian coastline and intensifies offshore of Mumbai, and then it actually comes ashore quite close to Mumbai, which is quite concerning. That is a pretty severe looking cyclone coming in. In the ECMWF case, it's just north of Mumbai. Certainly at least that looks like giant waves, but could be more than that. That looks potentially a quite serious situation. The GFS, on the other hand, is actually quite similar. They're both bringing the storm, intensifying off the west coast and bringing it in just north of Mumbai, with significant strong winds moving over Mumbai. So that is interesting. What is the population of Mumbai? It's a hell of a lot. I know that. Population is mega city. That's the population. It's 12 million people, making it one of the largest cities on Earth. These rankings depend on the definition of what you call the actual city, but anyway, Mumbai is down in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place. Here's a look at the European Centre model just prior to landfall, and if we look at the winds, we've got over into the 60 knots just offshore of Mumbai, and then it goes up and it goes beyond the end of the scale. So I think in windy the scale is kind of going back to the beginning because it's going up beyond. But anyway, that means that we're looking at 80, 90 knots, and you know, it's getting up there. I mean, how would you interpret that? I wouldn't probably interpret that as a major hurricane, but let's see. I wonder if they're running the hurricane wharf. Well, this is kind of surprising, but they actually are running a hurricane wharf already on this storm, even though it hasn't even developed. That's actually the coast of India on the top right there. Unfortunately, they have only just started, it looks like, and this is the first run, so it's the only one we got, and it doesn't go very far. It only goes to June 1st at 15Z, which is tomorrow. But you can see the storm beginning to bring itself together. That's the coast of India. So we'll have to wait probably till tomorrow, or maybe even later today, for this run to complete to see the hurricane wharf output. I'm just taking a look at the sea surface temperatures to check out the situation, and you can see the bite that Amphan has taken out of the Bay of Bengal, with the temperatures cooler here, but that's left the Arabian Sea cooking, and the temperatures are, well, at their highest it's 32, more typically 31, 30, and then there are these little small bits of cool ocean closer to the coast, but yeah, it's cooking, and that's why the maximum potential intensity is at Category 5 in this area, presumably. It's there's tons of energy, tons. In terms of how it differs from normal, you can see there is warmer than normal throughout most of the Arabian Sea. There are those small cool patches are below normal. The grey is is normal exactly, or around normal. So most is above normal, and in the band where it's forecast to intensify, it is above normal. So we're at a point now where it's Sunday, and the landfall is on Wednesday. That is not very long in the future. So, if this storm rapidly intensifies, we're looking at an extremely dangerous storm heading towards a populated coastline. But it hasn't even formed yet, so tricky to call. But based on this, if I were in this region, I would begin preparations and hope that it doesn't turn out to be like this. But this is a European Center model, and it does predict a hurricane landfall in this region. Currently, that is the prediction for the European Center model. The other system is the circulation center is onshore by the looks of things, and it never quite got itself together to be a tropical cyclone or tropical storm strength system, which is what I would define as a tropical cyclone. I think there's some debate about that, but so anyway, it has brought what must have been a lot of rain for this region, Salalah in Oman. And now I think it's heading into Yemen. So let's take a quick look at the rainfall forecast to see just how much rain is going in there, because obviously Yemen is a extremely vulnerable country that has a ton of current problems. This is the GFS predicted total precipitation, total rainfall, and as the storm system moves into Yemen over here, then you can see the total rain picking up as it moves through. Now, it's not producing astronomical totals, but it is producing a lot of rain. So that is definitely something to watch, because there could be, I don't know, things like thunderstorm anchoring and whatnot. And it is quite a dry region in general, of course. Let's have a quick search for some high-resolution Sentinel imagery of the storm. I'm using EO browser as usual, and I'm going to go into Salalah and search. I've had a look through, and the best pass was on the 28th of May, and boy, it's a pretty good pass actually. It's got all of the severe convection right on the coast, and it was a very small system, but I mean, it's a pretty incredible view. I don't know what else to say about it really. Just look at it. There's also some activity in the Eastern Pacific. It is a system close to the coast. Unclear whether it's got enough water to play with to actually develop, but one thing is it's going to bring a lot of rain, and it does look like at least the GFS is potentially spinning up a very small system close to the coast. And unsurprisingly, large accumulations of rain are forecast in certain sections of this country. What country is that? Test for you. The answer is Guatemala, as everyone obviously knows. The other thing we've got going on is a very impressive looking east coast low over and close to the coast of Argentina, developing rapidly over the warm waters in this region. This is quite similar to like an Australian east coast low or South African. Anyway, it's bringing in very strong winds into this coastline and likely bringing high and damaging surf. This is the windy TV view, and you can see the strong winds that are getting up into tropical storm force coming in, and then the storm system moves offshore as we go into Monday, and well, I think it's more like Sunday their time, or Monday night. Anyway, it's heading off, and yeah, there will be no more. But it was definitely quite intense at the coast. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some damage of that storm. And with that, I'll leave you with the GOES 16 view of the Americas, with that storm down here of Argentina, and then the heavy rain, severe rain, and potential developing system in Central America and the East Pacific. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, then you may find other videos on this channel of interest. Hitting the like button and subscribing really helps to support this channel. To get the latest videos, don't forget to enable all notifications.